I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I will never forget the 1988 World Series, Game 1, Dodgers against the Athletics. You probably remember the game. It was a game where in the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, Dodgers are down 3-2. They've got the winning run on base. Eckersley for the Athletics is on the mound, their all-star closer, and Lasorda looks down the bench and he sees that the pitcher is about to come up. In that moment, he knew the game was probably over. At that time, Kurt Gibson, who was their all-star, great designated hitter, but he had collapsed during batting practice, was battling through the stomach flu. He told the coach, "Put me in, I'm ready to go." He goes up to the mound, barely gets there, goes down immediately 0-2 to Eckersley, somehow battles back to 3-2, full count, and then Eckersley throws a slider. Kurt Gibson, all upper body strength, just cranks it back, sends it into the cheap seats, and he runs around the bases, and he does what every guy that hits a double in softball rec league does now, pumps his fist. I'll never forget it. My dad and I were just jumping up and down. And I thought, even at 16, I thought, man, if I get a chance to play through pain in a game like that, I hope I take it. What's your story? I know you've got an athlete, somebody that you admired that played through pain when the game was on the line. Maybe it was Jordan, Michael Jordan, when he scored 38 points against the Jazz in Game 5, even though he was struggling with the stomach flu. Or maybe it was Derek Redmond when he collapsed running around on the 400 in the '92 Olympics and struggled back up and then hobbled around with his dad to finish the race. And though you'd never admit to watching women's gymnastics, I know you probably cried in the '96 Olympics when Carrie Strug nailed that vault to win gold on a broken ankle. Admit it, you've got a story. And though you never asked for the pain, you'd love the chance to limp off the field in glory. And I find that as guys, we're willing to do it. We're willing to do it on the baseball field, or on the basketball court, or in the boardroom. When the game's on the line, when our business is in jeopardy, we're willing to fight through the pain. But in marriage, I find that if I've been wounded, if she disrespects me again, if my libido is starved, if my ego is bruised, if my pride is wounded, it's in those moments that I go for the bench. I pout, I punish, but I don't want to play. And it's at that time, God looks down the bench and he says, "Goins, I need you in the game." When God calls husbands to love their wives like Christ loved the church, it's not when everything's going smoothly. It's when your marriage is in the 9th inning, there's 2 outs, and the last thing you want to do is go to the plate. It's when she disrespects you again. It's when she ignores your advances. Or maybe it's when she's just given up on you. In that moment, will you quit playing or you play hurt? Fortunately for us, God's not calling us to gut it out or to white knuckle it through marriage. The gospel gives every man the power and the strength to play through pain. The only question is, will you step up to the plate?